Hey, riddle me this. How does a werewolf, cowboy, outcast fall in love with the princess? And that's somehow not the weirdest part of this book.
You're videotaping the show. I am.
Butt lovers. Welcome back to another Yeehaw book report. Last time we had a song. Countryman without a plan.
He has no plan.
Falls head first in love and in dirt.
So much dirt.
And this time we have such a confusing plot, we really need to unpack it together. Thank you so much to Tea with Jade on Twitter for recommending me this monstrosity. It's a miracle I even found their DM. I never check Twitter. If you're curious, best way to reach me is through Instagram and my new subreddit. Shout out to Coaster Puppy for setting that up. You guys are too nice to me. And that's the last plug, I swear. The two lovebirds we're following in this story is Rogue, and he's a rogue wolf shifter. And we have May, who's part of the Grey Wolf pack, and she is pretty high up on the food chain over there. He always refers to her as princess because of all the privileges she doesn't realize she has, and that's all I'm giving to you, because
you need to understand the journey of this piece, alright? No spoilers.
Let's go post-it note by post-it note. We're gonna go over the story, but we're mostly gonna roast it. Not even one page in and they doxed the characters. Look at this. There's a map of where to find them. I've never read a book that takes place in Idaho, but I am a hoe, so let's go!
If there's not a single potato in this book, I will sue.
3 pages in, and I already know this is going to be very different than the books I've read before this, because after just 2 pages, they switch perspectives. Talk about whiplash.
My heart aches without her.
Yep, that's me. I'm the girl he misses.
Whiplash.
There's a Grey Shifter Wolf Pack event, and Maverick, May's brother, invited their usual guests along with several additional Canadian shifter clans. We're just a couple of wolf shifters, eh? Shifter, I hardly know her. It's me, Curtis fucking Connor, and I'm also a Canadian. Hey, it's about time you got here. Ooh, sorry Canadians, did I burn you? Ooh, you might have to go to the hospital with your free health care. To care for those burns. Let's hear some of the rogue's nicknames, because he's got a big reputation.
Big reputation. Ooh, this wolf's got a big reputation.
The Rogue, the Dark Devil, the King of the Misfit Wolves. I wrote here all of these sound like a Marvel movie with a very bad Rotten Tomato score. This is about more than just more be us. It's about more be me. I'm king of the misfit wolves, and I'm gonna take you down, Jared Leto, you piece of shit. Actually, Marvel going full Twilight Saga would be hilarious, but instead of Edward Cullen, we just Edward kill him.
Piece of shit.
It's also not far off from what actually happens in the series. By page 15, all this backstory's thrown at us. Vampire versus werewolf shifters, the rebel from a pack of outlaws, the realization that you did not pick up the first book in the series. That's right, this is actually the 3rd book in the 7 Range Shifters novels. I've made a serious mistake. So as we're coming to terms with all of that, May is alleviating her stress in an adult way. And we all have to watch! No need for that, because to alleviate your adult stress, all you need is today's 420 friendly sponsor. Yep, you heard that right. Now I know why they call it jury duty. Oh my god. I need a one-way ticket to the relaxation station. And disclaimer, I'm 24. Sometimes I have a glass of wine. Today, I'm trying Delta North gummies. Thank you so much for sending these my way. This is a tropical mix. Look at these colors. I will give you an update in about an hour. I'm gonna be honest, I don't really remember the last time I was able to relax like this.
I'm so zen, dude.
Day 2. I like this flavor. This time is definitely a bit more focused than the last. I was able to write up a little bit more of my script until I got into a little bit too silly territory.
I'm having a blast.
So day 3, I decided to do something a little bit more active. I live streamed and then I began painting. Yep, I just went wherever the wind took me. Now some would say this color combo is disgusting, but I didn't overthink it. I figured it out. I did the 4 seasons on each side and it turned out pretty decent. Thank you so much to Delta North Gummies. This has been so much fun. Be sure to use Athena 20 for 20% off your purchase. Just when I thought I knew where the series was going, we switched to Rogue's perspective, and it's revealed that they've been friends since they were kids, but she doesn't recognize him, because she thought he was dead, and his feelings hurt him.
I may be a scary, murderous criminal, man.
But I wasn't always like this. I always loved you ever since I was a wee lad. This line is so uncalled for, you have to hear it. Despite her large green eyes and sprightly features, many a Montana cowboy would overlook her. With her thin frame and dark brown hair so short, a lesser man would have said she wasn't feminine enough. Boyish, even. You're beautiful to me. Wait, what was that to me part about. Well, how do I put this? Most people think you look like a prepubescent, sexless sack of shit. But not me, babe. By page 42, I am on the verge of tears because May's pet piglet is in trouble. And the irony of a shifter wolf having a pet pig isn't lost on me. But so far, Tucker, that's the pig's name, Tucker, is the only character I care about. So May is a vegetarian, and she's not fucking scared of him. It's crazy that I also quoted that song in last week's video, too.
He's not a vegetarian, and I am fucking scared of him.
Yeah, I need help. Also, I was waiting for this brooding male to make fun of her for having a pet pig, and...
Is that to make the bacon more flavorful?
There it is. I know this is supposed to be teasing/banter, but at this point in the book, we don't know if Tucker is alive. So, shut up. A page later, we find out the pig's okay. The pig's okay. Spoiler alert for the whole book, the pig's okay. So we can proceed. Oh, are they gonna get together? Oh, are they gonna give each other a little kissing and a little smooch? I don't care, the pig's okay. Once again, Rogue is insulting my boy Tucker. Pigs aren't smart, they're easy to train, they're gluttons motivated by food. Aren't we all? I am. Aren't we all? There's always a repeated adjective used in these romance books, and this one, he's devilish. Everything Rogue does is devilish. Here's an example. That devilish smile was becoming all too familiar. Now here's what I picture. That devilish smile was becoming all too familiar. Mwahaha. I hate it.
But you really should be more discerning when making deals with the devil.
Big talk coming from a dude named Jared. Yup, may not realize it yet, but Rogue is not his legal name. Mwahaha. It's my illegal name. Everything I do is illegal. Your name is Jared. Page 77, there was finally an Idaho potatoes mention. Yep. Also, let me catch you up on the plot. Turns out the guy who insisted he's a bad boy is actually quite bad. He is protecting his childhood friend/love interest from the vampires who want to kill her because her blood is the antidote for their serum, but he's protecting her by kidnapping and imprisoning her. Devilishly, but like actually this time. I love this quote from the level-headed "what you're doing is stupid" character, but forgive me as I read it because this character is written with a Scottish accent. So this is your plan then, is it? Kidnap the woman you lost everything for, then betray her? Christ, Jared, you might as well take yourself out to the stables and do yourself in. And ogres have layers, what? Weirdly topical advice, though, for this. Quick, serious update before we get back to our silly, goofy ha-has. But there is a section of this book where we saw flashbacks from their childhood, one of which contained assault from a family member. And while it was grim and upsetting, it was the best written thing in this book. I forgot where I was for a second. I also feel bad for the older ladies out there reading this book who, much like a squirrel, are just looking for a quick nut. But instead, boom, trauma. As I always say when we're reading these romance novels, you have to work really hard for the spicy scenes. Because the plot, more often than not, is depressing. Back to the silly, goofy ha-has. Alone in a darkened room with him was no place for a princess like her, no matter how much he wished it. Yes, indeed, princess, when your weeds are whacked, it should be under the brightest spotlight in front of a live studio audience. Jesus. What is Jeopardy's nuts? You haven't seen me in 20 years, I look completely different, I go by a different name, and you thought I died. But goddammit, figure it out. I'm not taking the 2 seconds to explain this to you. Jared the Rogue Wolf is something of an idiot. It's amazing that his need for her to figure out who he is without him communicating it to her is a real plot point. Like, it's a major plot point in this book. But listen, if romance books followed emotionally intelligent characters, it would be like this long. Look, see, this is the shit I'm talking about. Silently, he willed her to see the truth, but she didn't.
But she didn't.
Why don't you verbally will her to see the truth? Shouldn't have skipped over those good luck sounds, Jared. Not like me, I can will anything silently. I'm so lucky, I'm so lucky. So for the longest time, I thought humans were irrelevant to the story. I thought they were just witnessing the chaos like this. Oh, a vampire killed the wolf, no! Whoa. 2 wolves are doing it! What? But no. This world is surprisingly intricate. You have no idea what it's like to live outside your pack because they don't want you to. That would destroy the little deal you have with the execution underground. The Grey Wolves get to enjoy their truce with the human hunters. Their exemptions, their abundance of resources, all while the execution underground turns a blind eye. The humans are upholding this werewolf hierarchy, and there's more thought going into the plot than I ever would have expected. The worked up little old lady in me that I channel while reading this is screaming, when are they gonna get to the hanky-panky? Right here on page 191, she'd wanted to heal him. There it is. Girly poop. Why is damage attractive to you? Let's stop taking on people as projects challenge. What's really funny about this book is that romance is the weakest part of it. There's a whole section about May befriending Rogue's pack and unpacking the social hierarchy she was unaware of. Mwah. But you wanna fix him? Ew. He's a wolf. He's a dog. He probably doesn't want to get fixed. You know what I mean?
Have your cat spayed or neutered?
Page 203, more than halfway through this book, and there's mention of a warlock for the first time. Can I Gandalf for you? Asex? May kisses Rogue, and then he released a long echoing howl before he called out into the darkness. Whoever lays a hand on her answers to me. He snarled into the darkness. They said into the darkness twice. The author was getting so worked up, she just couldn't keep track. She's mine. May stilled as dozens upon dozens of golden wolf eyes appeared in the shadows on rooftops and buildings, all staring down at them.
Live studio audience!
I wasn't expecting every line to go more and more off the rails. They literally had an audience for that. Main character energy to the highest degree. Ow! She's mine! Congrats! From page 300 on, it gets really Game of Thronesian out of nowhere, which means there are too many characters and I can't keep up. And there's a fight to be the ruler. That's right, there's a fight between Rogue and Maverick, remember, May's brother, to be the pack leader of the Grey Wolf pack. During this whole debacle, May finds out that Rogue is Jared, and she is pissed. You see, she was lied to, which doesn't seem like the worst thing Rogue has done. But also, you'd think she'd be happy her childhood friend is alive. If they didn't kill you before, I will. Jared? You're Jared dead, dude. So the book ended. May's with Jared/Rogue. The Rogue Wolves get more protection from the Grey Wolf pack because Rogue basically said to Maverick, I don't even want to be leader, you just have to protect us. But the vampire thing went nowhere. There was one tiny vampire fight in this entire book. May's shoulder was bitten by one, and it was completely inconsequential. So of course I had to look deeper into the Seven Range Shifters novel. So like I said, there's 2 books before this. There's this book that came out in 2020, and then there's 4 books after.
They're never gonna defeat the vampires at this rate.
There's even a Christmas one. These shifters have to save Santa or some shit. Let me know if you want me to read that Christmas one in December, and I will definitely make a song about that. It'll be the best damn Christmas carol you've ever heard in your life. Now I'm hyped. Really hope you enjoyed me ranting about this, butt lovers. Stay tuned. Next week is WORDWORLD. And remember, for all my adult friends out there, the code is Athena20. Thank you so much again to Delta North for sponsoring this video. It is hilarious to me that one of my first sponsors is for weed gummies. It's very on brand. All right, have a good day, butt lovers. Bye! Countryman without a plan.
Has no plan.
Falls head first in love and in dirt.
So much dirt.
He cares for the cow, but not for his heart.